Thanks for tuning into buzBrand. Today, we are going to be talking all about the buzz around the fourth industrial revolution, innovation, and ways of thinking. And one brand that we think is all around killing it in terms of these concepts is Airbnb.
5. The fourth industrial revolution. Think robots, self-driving cars, machinery controlled by Wi-Fi, civilizations in space.
Lou, it blows my mind. I can't believe the world we're living in today.
Did you know Airbnb was initially thought to fail because it was too ahead of its time? And now it's actually a disruptor in the industry. By the time other leading companies in the industry could even catch on to the idea, Airbnb's innovative model took over and transformed the way we view travel and accommodation.
So you could say Airbnb was an enabler of the fourth industrial revolution.
Absolutely. Not only did they embrace the technological changes of the fourth industrial revolution, but their innovative business model has flipped the industry on its head, making them incredibly successful today. Their shared economy business model is grounded in innovation and technology brought about by the fourth industrial revolution. By developing a system that allows anyone to rent their home out to anyone, Airbnb creates value for all their stakeholders. Their innovative solutions also make it easier for people to adapt to this new way of booking accommodation online.
Oh yes, their review and rating systems between hosts and guests improve credibility and helps consumers trust the system. By doing this, they have overcome the resistance people might feel when adapting to change. I know I often battle when it comes to using technologies. You can't always trust things.
Well, the fourth industrial revolution brought about many shifts in the world, and by not ignoring these shifts and carefully managing the changes, Airbnb has proved to be incredibly successful.
Well, on the topic of Airbnb's success, the ideas were never thumb-sucked, but derived from thinking differently.
Oh, you mean different ways of thinking?
Yep. Ways of thinking are different processes used to approach solving problems, understanding the world around us, thinking critically, making logical choices, and so on.
Makes sense.
Airbnb is creatively led in their culture. They believe that curiosity, kill the cat, and imagination are drivers of unconventional solutions. The unique business model differentiates them and makes them leaders in their industry. They practice a design-driven approach that does not just focus on how something looks, but how it works. Interestingly, Airbnb maintains that constraints breed creativity.
Well, I was reading an article on how Airbnb was saved by design thinking. When the company went bust, they had to think out of the box and get out of their comfort zone of thinking that all ideas have to be scalable, which is bullshit if you ask me. One example of how Airbnb lives their brand is by making being patient a core value within the organization. Airbnb actually sends new employees, design team members on a trip in their first or second week to go and experience Airbnb. They have to come back and share their experience with the rest of the company.
Lou, that's Airbnb's way of empathizing. Isn't that the first step in design thinking?
Yep, Gabs, you can see where they're going with that exercise.
Well, that's best practice brand building.
For more information on ways of thinking, go check out the work of Edward de Bono.
Airbnb practices different ways of thinking, and that's what led them to their innovative business model.
Well, there's no one definition of what innovation is, but the terms new and adds value stand out in many definitions. And Airbnb ticks both these boxes. They took the concept of travel and accommodation and did it completely differently.
As we mentioned earlier, Airbnb used disruptive innovation to flip the industry on its head. Traditionally, travel accommodation was restricted to hotels, B&Bs, and backpackers, and travelers were limited to making bookings through websites and agents. Sounds pretty boring. Now, with Airbnb's business model, we can reach new destinations in a much more authentic and exciting way, and save money. Let's not forget about what this new business model is doing for hosts. Anyone who wishes to share their home with travelers gets the opportunity to make money. So, Airbnb has actually disrupted the industry with their business model innovation, and with this peer-to-peer business model, they have been able to create more value for stakeholders.
Airbnb's success lies in their unique business model, which is at the core of Airbnb's business strategy. They foster a culture for innovation, which has provided them with a powerful growth strategy, enabling them to attract and retain over 150 million users.
Wow.
I know. Airbnb uses innovation to bring their mission of belong anywhere to life. This is at the heart of all they do and why they are considered a best practice brand builder.
Airbnb has a unique and distinct identity. Their logo is the universal symbol for belonging. This represents their purpose and is at the heart of all they do. They are true to their promise, and using technology, innovation, and insights, Airbnb creates a world where anyone can feel like they belong anywhere. The brand tells a story through their inspiring content marketing and impactful campaigns. One of their most recent campaigns was targeted at hosts and aimed at soothing relationships strained by the COVID-19 pandemic. And by identifying and managing change with foresight and creativity, Airbnb fosters and builds relationships and continues to be a part of this revolution. This is why buzBrand has identified Airbnb as a best practice brand builder.
After COVID-19, the world might not go back to the way it was. Maybe it's given mankind an opportunity to see the advantages that the fourth industrial revolution brings. Think of the next flight you'll catch, or the next Airbnb you will stay in. Remember what we've discussed today. Airbnb is an example of a best practice brand which has used ways of thinking and innovation to bring a solution to all people needing a place to stay. We hope our vlog brings you ease to your nerves and encourages you to embrace and take advantage of what the fourth industrial revolution brings to us. Become a part of the sharing economy.